Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Glad to tune in to check the boy out, Pfunk Thinking Right, at my YouTube classroom, I call it, where I do what I do for you. Today, another topic. I like to come up with topics, and hopefully you can send me in a few. I'll address them and we can discuss it. Today, right isms 25 rules to live by, a story with a message in the story. We're going to get into, yeah, your mind is a terrible thing to waste. I done told you about the mind game. I explained to you about all kind of perspectives and concepts about the mind. So let's go over it again. Your mind is a terrible thing to waste. Let's find out why. How do you waste your mind? Drugs. Okay, nah. Stick to the plan. I got a whole bunch of ways, but let me stick to the lesson. Remember, there's a lesson here. You see me? Yeah, I got it right here. So I try to stick to that. Every now and then, I'll take a dip off, but it's okay. It's all purpose of getting across views and points and concepts to my listeners. That's all. Here we go. If you do use your mind, brain, consciousness, if you don't use your mind, brain, consciousness, you are wasting it. Thinking, not thinking, thinking wrong, thinking, all those is waste of your mind. Next one. When you make the choice to remain ignorant, or I know everything, waste of your mind. To do all kind of mind altering drugs, there we go, that's my area. When you drinking and smoking and sniffing, wasting your mind. If you become dependent or addicted to a drug that you have to have in order to function, you have lost your mind in the discussion. If you're not a right thinker, you ain't trying to be better, you wasting your mind. Okay? Get it? All right, next one. How do I exercise my mind? What can I do to not waste my mind? How can I get my mind? Now we talking. Now we back in my wheelhouse again. When you're using this thing here, that's my wheelhouse. I use mine all the time. Here we go. Meditation is brain and mind food. When I say brain and mind, remember, mindful is understanding, being conscious and being awoke, conscious of what's going on. The brain works. It's working when you ain't conscious of it. Okay? So hence brain and mind, spirit and soul. It's a whole bunch of little things that if you understand it, you may misunderstand it. And if you ain't breaking it down for the person so they can understand it, you ain't doing your job. So let me break this down for you. Hopefully you'll understand. Meditation is the way to strengthen your mind by relaxing the brain. See? Let the brain do what it do, because it's going to do that anyway. Meditation is the way of you just focusing and letting it do that and being conscious of what it's doing. You don't have to go to sleep. Some people think when they napping, I'm meditating. No. This is a big difference. Here we go. Sorry about that. Another lesson. But meditation is the purpose of relaxing the mind so that the brain can send information. Okay? There's a lot of stuff going on in the brain and the mind. They work together. Ooh, it's called lucidity. That means you're conscious of what's going on upstairs. Very lucid. Right thoughts philosophy is the way to mental and spiritual discipline. If you're not thinking in the right thought process, the right concept, you're thinking wrong. Simple. A right thinker is somebody who understands why and what they're thinking about and the purpose of thinking the way they think. Just, I'm thinking and don't know nothing, you ain't thinking. Okay? Information should be shared throughout your brain and your mind if you're thinking right. Meditation also helps to gain mental clarity of self. When I go into my meditation, I just feel so much comfortable knowing, yeah, I'm here. I'm all here. That's a good thing. It's a good feeling. Meditation is mental exercise to become enlightened nihas. Spiritual enlightened beings always put the time in to do what? Meditate. Find that time for you. That's your time. I do it every day. Right thoughts philosophy masters are sharp thinkers, also good choice makers. If you know what you're doing, you understand what you're doing, you can make good decisions. You can make good choices. But if you don't know what you're doing, it's going to be almost impossible. Moving on. How will a sharp thinker, how will mind control help me? That's the mental discipline. Man, I deal with it every day. My wife is a talker, and sometimes she gets a little mouthy. If I can't control my emotions because the things she's saying I may not like, may not be, to my liking, and I feel like I gotta retaliate, that's a bad choice. And I let her know that I could do that, but I gotta pay for that. I don't want to pay for it, so I'm not gonna do it. On the other hand, if you doing the same derogatory things, then you gotta pay for the things you said. I ain't worried about it. Okay? Understand that. That's just mind game. Again, when your thought process is under control, you will prosper and you will say and do the right things at the right time. Knowing something, knowing how to control it, but don't do you really know it. Once you make that mistake, it's a mistake. No matter how you got to make it, remember, you can't justify wrong. That's the point. Right thoughts philosophy is practice daily will sharpen your mindset. Being focused, paying attention will help you. Trust me, that's how it's done. Ain't nothing special. Mental discipline is a must in life to succeed. You have to maintain your mental discipline. That means your emotions cannot run the show. Your emotions will get you in a lot of trouble. It's okay, it's loving you, that's emotion. But when it's running you to do the wrong thing with jealousy, envy, insecurity, all those issues that come with that concept, don't work. Okay? Mental discipline meaning you confident in yourself. Insecure people don't trust nobody. They suspicious of everything. Not a good place to be. Right thoughts philosophy is all about you knowing yourself consciously. You comfortable in your skin, so to speak. You know who you are. So you ain't trying to be somebody else. You ain't trying to, make some all that nonsense, trying to fit in and trying to make them like you and hope they waste of time. Do you always. Alright? The last one is all right thinkers want to gain control over their mind. That's the whole name of the game. I want to be a right thinker so I can think right, do right, act right, and be right, and get the benefits of doing just that in my life. Here we go. What's the government wants to control our mind? Why is it the government wants to control our mind? My brother took me up on this MK Ultra and with the mind control Ultra. It's been going since the 50s. I just watched a conspiracy theory where Sirhan, the Kennedy assassination. Okay, I'm just say this. Sirhan didn't kill Robert Kennedy. I'll leave it at that. I ain't a conspiracy theorist, but my brother was watching this. I was into that one, and I just remember that wasn't cool. The man got shot in the back of the head. Sirhan was in front of him. I digress. Here we go. The U.S. government knows the power of mind control. MK2 Ultra, they could hypnotize you and have you at a blink of an eye. Hypnotism ain't hard to do. We can hypnotize them. But when they do that to you to do what they want you to do, which is be a decoy and be a patsy for something that they want to get done, that's all covert operations. They call them letters, the alphabet boys. Okay, I'll leave that alone. Yeah, the government wants to be able to control the minds of the masses. They do that anyway with the television, with the mass media. They run everything to like us. And the few people who are outside the matrix, like myself, who think outside, like myself, they don't like me. They don't like Jesus. They even one who did it too. It ain't the first Martin Luther, Malcolm. It's a bunch of us. But now it's so many of us. They just can't keep knocking us off like that. So they got to give us our due to do what we do. Hopefully our people will get it and start making the movement. Okay, that's when it's become a problem. Me just, talking on YouTube and had a little funky channel and people coming to and I got a few fans and everybody like, yeah, but that ain't nothing. But if I had a bunch of people changing their life, And a bunch of people starting to get better at what they do. Oh, now you gotta see what this guy doing. We gotta check this right thought guy out. Why? He got people thinking right. We don't want that. Nah, I ain't been approached by nobody. Nobody mess with me, so I ain't gotta worry about that nonsense. That's just thinking way way past my head because I ain't involved in none of that nonsense. Here we go. My bad. Dealing with the government. If I can control how and what you think, I will have you my mental slave. This is what religions are. I'll leave that go. Now I got to move on. I got to get this done. He who controls the minds of the people will control the people. The government. The government have been using mind control drugs for years. Don't trust Uncle Sam. Remember, Seth was Heru's uncle. Uncle Seth, Uncle Sam, sound familiar? But I got a bunch of these. That's the part I like about being a thinker. You can put stuff together and you can have fun with it. Here we go. Last one. How to win the mind game. Become a right thinker. Use right thoughts philosophy. All right. That might be in here. I don't know. That's just my concept. How to win the mind game. You have to become conscious of the power of your mind. Know thyself. Right thoughts philosophy will show you how to beat them at their own game. They're not really right thinkers. They think they think, but they're not right thinkers. This is why they do what they do the other way. They would take you out. They would discredit you. They would make somebody do something to you, but you can outthink them. Okay. Right thoughts philosophy gives you knowledge of self. You control your own mind. I'm not under the influence of propaganda from the Christians, from the Jews, or Islamic beliefs. I'm not part of none of that. I ain't a problem with them, like I said. That's not my issue. Mine is with God. Okay? And ain't nothing man can do about that. Ain't nothing the religious follower can do about that. Preacher, minister, imam, pope. I don't care about none of that. That don't mean nothing to me. I lost friendship because I tell people that, oh, you got to believe. Okay, well, I don't have to do nothing but what I choose to do. But you got to believe. That's your deal. Here we go. Spending time educating yourself with right thoughts philosophy are the ways to win in your life. I ain't giving you the hope, man. Listen, all you want to do is be the best you can be. That's what I expound on. That's all I try to get you to understand. That's what right thoughts philosophy is for you to do the best you can do for yourself. It ain't about me. It ain't about nothing I do. No, I'm doing me. Trust me. I'm living my best life. You ain't got to worry about that. Okay? I'm just hoping I can get across the message to you that you can live your best life too. By just doing the things I'm trying to get across to you to do. That's how I'm doing it. Nothing different. All right? Here we go. The last one is I use right thoughts philosophy to win in the game of life. That's what I do. That's what I say. I do what I do for you. I live it. I profess it. I've mastered it. And I give it to those who want it. I give it to those who follow it, who think it's okay for them. If it's not your thing, that's fine. I'm not trying to force you to do nothing. When I ask you to check out my show, let me know what you think. Yeah, give me your opinion. I get opinions. Unprofessional, oh, he did. I get it all. Okay, but is the message good? Oh, the message, the concept, the content. Yeah. I'm not a producer. Okay, I'm not a photographer. I'm just a person giving the message. So when I'm doing this, I'm doing this on my own. So no, it ain't gonna be professional. When I get to my dude and I go to Can You Feel Us? Oh, you see, and the content is still good. That's the whole point. I don't care about all that stuff. I really don't. But I understand presentation. Okay, but right now, the old boy is doing what he do. My thing, my way. If you know me, that's the way I'm gonna do it. But if I'm rolling with somebody else, if they worry about that, then y'all can take care. If I'm in my living room in my lab, you see the picture, you see my yacht. I'm in a hotel room on vacation with wifey chilling. I'm still taking care of what I gotta do. I can't bring the green room with me, all that good stuff. No, man, listen, trust me. My goal is to get the information out to my viewers, my right thinkers. Okay, that's it. When you using your mind, when you're thinking right, you're living right, you're being right, it's all about what you do. That's what you can do for yourself. Doing the right thing. Spike Lee told us that a long time ago. Mayat told us that even longer ago. The Christians, Jesus told us the same thing. Elijah, Muhammad, same thing. Do the right thing. Use your mind. Don't waste it. It's yours.